How to use HMA PRO VPN along with Mac Firewall. Basic Mac Firewall configuration. IPFW. The built-in firewall of Mac OS is called IPFW. It will accept/block whatever you need, IPS, ranges, ports, protocols, etc. By standard, you will probably have to configure it via terminal, command line. However, there are many GUIs available, so you can configure it via a graphical user interface on your desktop. See the links below for examples, Little Snitch, Waterroof, etc. List all current firewall rules, run sudo if the list in a terminal window. Firewall rule examples: if you enter info at 65,534 deny IP from any to any out by n asterisk, this will create a firewall rule that blocks all traffic completely. In this example, we are giving the rule the Idaho 65534, which is the second last possible ID. This is important, because, 1. All rules with a lower ID have higher priority. So we can now create rules for e.g. certain protocols, IPS, ports, etc. For example, if we want to allow all traffic to a certain IP that goes through VPN-related ports, we could add the rule info at 01001 allow IP from any to 193.243.171.194 DST port 443,53,1723 out by n, which allows all traffic from n to IP 193.243.171.194 over ports 443, 53, 1723, VPN-related ports, on all Ethernet adapters, n equals n0, n1, etc. This rule will allow us to connect to that VPN server although we block all other traffic. 2. All rules with a higher ID, which can only be 1, the rule with the Idaho 65535, have a lower priority. This allows us to create the last rule, which should be ifo at 65,535 allow IP from any to any. This rule allows any traffic completely, but since it's the last rule, it only affects traffic that has not been controlled by rules with lower IDs, so rules with higher priority. If you do not create this rule, all traffic will be blocked. Disabling the IPFW firewall, flushing all firewall rules. This is done by running sudo ifo ff in a terminal window. Do this if you experience any kind of connection issues, e.g. caused by incorrect firewall rules. Also, if you start experimenting with IPFW, you should first flush all firewall rules to prevent conflicts between existing rules and the rules you are going to create. IP binding and available Mac firewalls. Attention, starting with v2.2.7.0 of our HMA VPN client for Mac OS X, secure IP binding is now also available for our Mac users. Get it in the VPN control panel. PFW firewall rules to only allow traffic while the VPN is connected. If you're looking for an alternative IP binding solution for Mac OS X, see this tutorial for how to secure IP binding on Mac using IPFW. Firewall applications like Little Snitch, Waterroof, or NewProof can be used to regulate your traffic and create firewall rules. This IP binding effect prevents your computer from using a real IP, giving you extra security. Little Snitch http://www.obdf.at/product/little-snitch/index-n.html. An alternative to Little Snitch could be Waterroof-http www.aninet.com/waterroof/index.html. Or for people with less network knowledge, there is newproof-http://aninet.com/newproof. Note that those two do not allow per application rules, only per IP rules. For per application rules, e.g. to block uTorrent traffic when the VPN is disconnected, use Little Snitch. We don't have a tutorial for setting up Little Snitch or Waterroof for IP binding yet, so you need to adapt the tutorials, setting up Komodo Firewall for IP binding or setting up Windows Firewall for IP binding. See also, how to force views to only download through VPN, Mac plus Windows, secure IP binding on Mac using IPFW.